And of course, we have joining us again all the way from the Netherlands, Lucian Engelin. He is the CEO of Transform Health. Lucian is a good friend of HIMSS, and we are so thrilled to have him here remotely with us to add to this conversation. Lucian, good evening.
Good evening, good morning, Rachel, and good morning, Chris, as well. It's a great day. It has been a great day. It's in the 75s over here, so kind of different from what you guys have over there. But staying inside, having almost like squared eyes, watching all the videos and all the streams of yesterday, compensated for that a bit.
Can I just say how much you look like James Bond and dapper in that tux with the white? You look so handsome. I love that you're just dressing for the day and really setting the tone.
Can you talk to my wife in a second from now?
Yes, I will. Just put her on. Just have her come in. You know, we're used to people just hopping into the live show. But tell her I said that. She's a lucky lady. What was your biggest aha moment of yesterday?
Well, I think there's a couple of those, of course. I think the keynote by Northwell CEO Michael Dowling touched on very important topics and learnings as well. What a great wisdom he shared. To me, the most important one that I've also felt myself, during this pandemic, we all had and should have one common goal and cause. And that's the way that we handled or still are handling this crisis. And he also touched on the importance of supply chain management and automation. That also came back in a session with the WHO. And also will be one of the topics of Ann Snowden's and Jimmy Chung's session of today. And also that keynote of Zoom founders and CEO Eric Yuan, together with Hal Wolf, where Zoom found itself in the middle of in the epicenter of this pandemic. And now they're actually planning for Zoom for Health specifically. And I also thought that very insightful was the yesterday's session, Seeing is Believing, of the importance of visualization. Let's be honest, we've all never have seen so many graphs in the past couple of 18 months. And how did organizations like the New York Times went about informing their readers that are overwhelmed with data, and they tried to figure out new ways of understandable and comprehensible information. Very interesting examples shared by Andy Krakoff that you really should look into. And then there was my favorite session, as also the session of Chris, I know, about conscious and empathic care, with featuring Adriana Boise of the Cleveland Clinics and others. You know, in a world where digitization becomes the standard, the risk is even more to lose that intimate connection with your patients. And how technology could help signal about and help with delivering compassionate care was the essence of that session. And it also touched on how to measure all kinds of stuff that's not meant to measure empathy and compassion, but also about the difference between the individual approach versus an organizational one. And often these aspects have a kind of, let's say, tokenism. Everybody is talking about and over patients at conferences, and many times none were even in the room or had access. And to have patients embedded in planning and delivering, really being involved in conferences, innovation programs and policy making. For that, in 2011, I created the Patients Included Charter from my tenure at Radboud University Medical Center that got adopted all around the world, including HIMSS events and the British Medical Journal. And I'm both very grateful still for that. So I think yesterday was a great day, and I think today will be an even better day, to be honest.
Yes, I agree, Lucian. And I think we saw some of that as well through the programming with the different stories of charity and remembering that it's really about the person. There's a human, there's a family, there's a story behind all of what we're doing. And it's always a good reminder to have that. What are you looking forward to today? Because there's so much happening coming up today as well, Lucian.
Yeah. And to take back a bit on the portion of charity, I had the opportunity to meet her at Exponential Medicine at the conference of my big friend Daniel Kraft back in the days. And you know, that story resembles everything that all of us that have joined and work in healthcare are in healthcare for. And how the use of technology is able to really not only operationalize that, but also give more quality to life and even add some years to life. And that, I think, is very profound. And that's one of the things that it's so impactful and also great to be in healthcare. Looking forward, Rachel, I think that personal story of Ariana Huffington about her burnout. And after that, two providers candidly will share about their burnout stories and how also technology would help in that. Plus what organizations can do to prioritize provider wellness. And that's also something that Mr. Dowley also touched on in his keynote. And I'm so glad that HIMSS is addressing this growing issue. I've seen this happening all around me, and I don't think we've seen all of it, especially the long-term impact of everything that happened in the past 18 months, I think will be profound. And while not always it is the most exciting topic, maybe supply chain and automation, they're critical to backbone of our healthcare system. And I think those sessions today will be interesting as well. And I'm lastly looking very much forward to the sessions about space health on Accelerate. Special sessions on Accelerate, streamed live, about how do we take care of our astronauts. And it's also a topic that's been near to my heart for years, because my assumption is if we can fix it over there, up there, so to say, then we also can fix it down here, isn't it? So to be sure to follow me on Accelerate, and by the way, to complete your profile, as we're all building this global community of healthcare stakeholders, and I'm looking forward to see you guys tomorrow again.